business and dropping nuggets about the opportunities and challenges in this billion-dollar game. Now that we have your attention, here's this week's episode.
What's up? What's up? What's up, Atlanta? It's your girl, Fit Tyasha, in the building. That's the F.I.T.A.I.A.S.H.A. 3 A's, 1 I, 1 S, 1 H, 1 T. Say it with me. She in the building, y'all. Today we have a wonderful show. You know, we just closed out another season here at Women Who Can Live. And it has been an amazing season. You know, I got to go back and listen to all of the podcasts. And just for Women's History Month, Dora Chambers put it down. She, edified every single woman of leadership on Women Who Can, including, of course, our illustrious Coach Swan herself. I can't say her name without illustrious first. I know y'all got to give me some more words, but I'm going to get there. So today we're going to have a community building exercise. Today we're having candid conversations with none other than Black Sister Goddess, a.k.a. Ebony Holmes from the Black Moses Freedom Festival. She'll be calling in to speak with us today. We'll also have coming up next week, we will have Bob Johnson from Juneteenth. So we're getting into that summer community fun festival season, ladies and gentlemen. And so I just can't wait because, of course, you all know the Women Who Cannabis Expo is coming up on August the 6th for the 4th year here in Atlanta. That is at the Doubletree by Hilton Atlanta Perimeter Dunwoody Hotel. And, of course, you can still book your rooms early using WWC 2022 as a discount at registration. You all know we will have our NFT exclusive comedy and cannabis after party with comic views none other than Hope Flood, a.k.a. Lucifer. I always wanted to do that, y'all. So let me see. I'm going to check and see if our caller's on the line. If not, I'm going to read you some headlines in today's cannabis news. Yay, nay, maybe. No caller yet? All right, Atlanta, let me give you the number to call in. That is area code 404-603-8770. If you are listening anywhere other than Atlanta, you can still call in using that number, 404-603-8770. You can listen on iHeartRadio, tune in, and of course, the Real 1100 AM app. All right, so some of the cannabis headlines I found interesting to cannabis.com, and if you're not signed up, you could definitely do that. You'll see the beautiful Cannabistro logo at the top of the page, and I can't wait for the update on what's going on there. So The Guardian reports that the dangers of California's thriving black market has negative effects on cannabis policies. Tilt Holdings Incorporated is collaborating with Black Buddha Cannabis on Gentry business leadership. And of course, how can medical marijuana help chronic pancreatitis? And of course, going back to our roots with music, the DailyTrojan.com reports that cannabis is an integral part of jazz history in America, how it helped the jazz age flourish and served as a conduit for creativity, music production, and performance. I think I know quite a few people who would say that is correct these days. So, my foray into cannabis was on the recreational side first, and it was in the studios listening to music and creating poetry. And later on, I found out the benefits when I found CBD and the Cannabistro brand, which I love and cherish dearly. If y'all didn't know, they had a brand for animals as well. I was giving all my friends with cats Cannabistro brand CBD oil. So finding, the infused treats and then the 500 milligram with ashwagandha and turmeric just to help with pain and stress management and just stabilizing my mood. That was like heaven sent. So I've been a cheerleader and a champion for cannabis healthy use for a while. And I say healthy use because I can admit there are times when people have used it as a crutch. I had this discussion with a young man recently who was out of the military with some foot damage and ear damage, which apparently a lot of our veterans have. Shout out to the veterans out there. Thank you so much for your service. We did just have Memorial Day pass, and I want to say rest in power to everyone's loved ones. Starting with my own, a few ashes out there to all the family members listening too. Thank you for tuning in today. I don't have a super duper exciting show. You get me all by myself in the studio today. Reverend Sandy has traveled across the country to lay her father to rest. And what I found beautiful about her story about him was how um, he said he wasn't going to die until he was 102. I think he said 103, and he passed just a few hours before his 103rd birthday. So um, she knew it was coming, and she was at peace with it. And you see, she was still her same vibrant self in here in the studio. So condolences to Reverend Sandy from the Women Who Cannabis family. We wish you the best and safe travels. We see you soon, see you real soon, especially in the expo in August. It is June. It is National PTSD Awareness Month. Last month was National Mental Health Awareness Month. And if you weren't aware, I sat in on a series of podcasts with the author queen herself, the celebrity ghostwriter and CEO of Building Books. And so we did about 5 or 6 podcasts that started with identifying your triggers and some coping mechanisms and some good tools that we need during our travels, especially over holidays when we visit our family and over the summer when our children are home a little bit more than often, eating us out of house and home, y'all. I'm sitting here with like a quarter of a bottle of water and 1 orange because, yeah, there's 6 of them. So I'm going to reach out to our guest and see if she all of those wonderful things. We had an epic show to close out the season, I think. You know, Dr. Dashima Haynes came in and told us how to be quantum activists in our own life. And so many times we want to take up activism after something has happened, after someone has passed. And we don't want to wait till we pass because we can't do it then. So make sure you get those notes. If you don't have the notes from that show, the replays are up on womenwhocannabis.org, also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and possibly coming soon to a few other platforms. So let us know what you like to hear. Let us know where you like to hear it, and we'll be sure to take that into consideration.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So, this journey into the CBD oils, was it prior to the hoopla of everyone else figuring it out?
It was at the very beginning. And I could have done a lot better in it, honestly, if I didn't give all my product away.
So, do you mean selling it or using it for your
Both.
health?
Both.
So, you gave away your supply?
No, I gave away what I bought to sell.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, everybody's mom and dad had cancer, and everybody's on dialysis, and everybody got animals with arthritis. I'm trying to send some to my mom's dog now.
So, were they already looking for something?
Some of them, it's weird because like when I'm in school and I'm wearing my scrubs and I'm out in the street, like I have people just stop me in the parking lot of places and like, hey, my blood pressure is this. So, I do end up kind of just having people come to me, but for the most part, it just kind of starts out a conversation about something else, you know, and then we'll get into what medications are you on. And now it's gotten to the point where I have a few family members who say, hey, take your medicine over there and let Tyasha tell you what pills you can replace with CBD oil. So I'm actually pretty proud of that because that's a family member who said they never listened to this show. So if you're listening, hey, Mom.
So it was from the show, or it wasn't from the show? They just knew you were already.
Yeah, most people just know me already, like neighbors. I'm never just gonna give. Well, I have given products to random people. I've referred a lot of people to get consultations. Because there's always somebody literally with stage 5 cancer, stage 4 cancer, and it's just like it doesn't have to be that way. Excuse me.
Well, the reason I ask like that is because, you know, I see that there are people that they are ailing, but they're failing at doing something about it. Meaning they're not being proactive. They're just woeing and wallowing in the muck. And people that are givers, may see that issue and then give them whatever could help. And when it helps, they go ahead and take it. But do they reciprocate?
Yeah, they do. Some of them do. I have a few friends who they get it specifically for their parents, so I just give it to them at cost. But they do things like take me to the grocery store, let me stay at their house when they're out of town, so I don't mind at all. We are actually about to take a break, but before we do have Miss Black Sister Goddess, aka Ebony Holmes. She is the founder of so many events, and she is the founder of so many festivals, especially some on some islands I want to get to. So just after this break, I'm going to allow her to tell you more about herself and why she's here. Thank you for listening.
Level up, Atlanta. Women Who Can Business Expo is back by Def Comedy Jam's own Hope Flood, a.k.a. Lucifer, from SiriusXM's Quakes House, and sponsored by High Hopes and Swan Simpson Media Group. For free tickets, yeah, we said free. You must register while they last. Go to womenwhocannabis.org. Only registered ticket holders can attend the after party. So go to womenwhocannabis.org and register today.
Broken glass everywhere. People just wanna smoke out. You wanna know what this is about? It's the realness of the universe fully coming out. Damage control's just another god. We learn over the years that it comes from the inside. Send a spiritual message to the universe. Divine Mother will always come first. With this collective vibration we can reach. No need for a pulpit, I'm not here to preach. No one is better than the other. We all have unique powers to discover. Open pathways to
That's right. We all have unique powers to discover. And I have a divine mother on the line. None other than Black Sis, the goddess herself, here to tell you about her June 10th through 12th, 2022 event at the Black Moses Freedom Festival. Great day, my lady. How you doing?
Greetings. I am awesome. How are you?
Listen, this is what I love to do, so I couldn't be better right now. Well, I could if I had my children in the room, but it'd be loud.
It might make it a little more difficult to do your show, but you know.
Just a little bit.
Yes, give thanks. I appreciate you having me on.
Listen, when I think about community and I think about all of the events that I've gone to over the last 24 years that I've been in Atlanta, and all the times I've seen your face, probably way back when you were a Kennesaw State student, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Wow. You done took it back there. You done took it back.
Yes, everywhere I go, I just look for you now. I'm like, okay, where's the hair wrap? Where's the camouflage? Where's she at? Where's the bag? Where's she at?
Right. Give thanks. Give thanks. Well, you know, that Kennesaw State was a very pivotal point in my life because I was majoring in African studies. I was the president of the African Studies Student Department for the Diaspora Studies Organization, and it taught me a lot. Like, I learned so much. That's where I learned about Sapelo Island, reading Cornelia Bailey's book, God, Dr. Buzzard, and the Bolito Man in our African Studies class. And I was like, yo, this place is in Georgia. We got to go there. And when I went there and met Miss Cornelia Bailey, it was just life-changing. Like, she activated me. She told me to continue to bring people there and let them know about her land and her story, and I've been doing that ever since. And that was probably 10 years ago. Yes. I was at Kennesaw in 2012.
It's people like you and Black Pearl, the Travel Girl, and Mama Tina, who go to these islands and hold tight to the heritage that we have there and disseminate the information, because there's so many people like me who just didn't know.
Right, right. And so this has just been a thing for me. So doing the healing retreats on Sapelo and Fusky and St. Simon's Island and just visiting all of those islands off the coast, I love those places because they reminded me of home. My father's family is from Beaufort, South Carolina. And so now I just feel like all that work that I was doing in all those different places has really just brought me home.
Yes.
Because I recently found out that Harriet Tubman lived in Beaufort for 2 years.
Oh,
And she was leading the army down there and freed over 700 slaves in Beaufort County. Now, how could I not know this going there all my life?
We wonder about what they actually teach our children in school and what these curriculums are and whose history is really being taught. But,
Right.
you know, three
Right.
sides
So
to every story, mine, yours, and the truth.
I find it amazing that you can still Google Harriet Tubman and it'll show you that she freed 70 slaves, because a lot of them don't want to count her victory in Beaufort. So that's what the Black Moses Freedom Festival is about. It's about celebrating her victory in Beaufort and celebrating her life. Harriet was a woman of the woods. She knew the woods. She knew the stars. She knew she was a herbalist and a naturalist who knew what to do when it came to what plants to eat and how to survive. Not only did she survive herself, but she survived bringing so many people through the wilderness. So I think that there's an important connection between freedom and earth, freedom and land.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you know about that, it's liberating. The more you know how to connect with the earth, it's liberating. The more you know how to use the earth to feed yourself, it's a form of liberation. And so we created this Heritage Health and Wellness Festival in her honor in Beaufort, because I have lost so many people over the last 2 years. I've probably had like 11 deaths in my family. And a lot of these were related to preventable diseases. So I feel that it's very important to bring the heritage, the health, and the wellness part to this festival.
Yes, we definitely have to get back to our roots and using food and nature as healing mechanisms, not just through eating it, but by spending time on the water, spending time in the earth. Yesterday,
Yes.
my children and I took a walk, and we passed by a neighbor's house that we always pass by. They have an immaculate garden, just lots of little whimsical odds and ends for their little tiny dog, but all kind of beautiful flowers. And there was something looked like a persimmon or a kumquat on the ground. So I looked up, and there's a row of trees between the two houses. So we were over there picking and having a ball. I don't even know what it was. We ate it, though.
Yeah, those things are just, I mean, everything that we need to sustain us comes from the earth.
Yes.
So the further we get away from that connection with the earth, the more dysfunctional we become. And when we are in that dysfunction, the way we can bring ourselves back, people always talk about grounding. It's hard to ground without earth.
Yes.
you use the earth to ground.
Concrete and cement
bring
don't
yourself
get it.
back. It don't do it. It don't do it. I mean, if that's all you have, use it. But, we're talking about that connection with the earth. So yeah, we're excited. So many people locally and from Atlanta are joining us. So I'm just very excited about this and having the opportunity to bring people together with the opportunity to learn, to celebrate. We're going to have an open mic that Friday night where we're going to just let the musicians and the poets and the griots do their thing. Queen Ket of the Gullah Geechee Nation is going to do a libation ceremony for us at the waterfront, which is a block away. And Saturday, it's going to be performances and lectures and workshops all day. And Sunday, we're going to wake up with Sunday salutations, yoga, sound bowl healing, acupuncture, and then we'll do a brunch in a town hall meeting where we'll meet with the community and just talk and chop it up and see what we can do next year to make this bigger, to make it better, and to make it more impactful. Because this is just the first year. This is the inaugural festival, our first year doing the Black Moses Freedom Festival, but this is something that's going to continue on, hopefully forever. because Buford should
Definitely.
never forget that history. There's no city, county, state that can boost or boast that Harriet did that in their place, but we have that history. We should celebrate it. Everyone should know. There's so many people in Buford that don't even know this history themselves. So I know I'm just finding out, and I've been there all my life. So it's something that we got to share, we got to talk about, and continue to celebrate.
Well, we're definitely going to celebrate today, tomorrow, and forevermore because you just created a
Yes.
legacy for yourself as well. You know, you have been this activist in the community for over a decade now, to my knowledge, and I just can't wait to be there.
True, true. Because I started at the Black Lion with Kalonji and FTP.
Well, I keep hearing
That's
that
when
name,
I
Kalonji.
started.
Shout out to Kalonji because that's twice your name has come up on the show. So, yes.
So yes, ma'am. I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this a long time, and I love it.
Well,
The yoga has just took me to another level, of healing. So, and that helps.
you were actually one of the first people to introduce me to yoga when you were doing it, I think, in the park.
Oh wow, that's so awesome! I didn't even know that. I love that. That's awesome.
I've been to West End
That's
for
awesome.
22 years, off and on.
Yes, that is great. That is great. So we do have some things that we're trying to accomplish with the festival. So it's four parts that we're trying to do. One of them is get a Harriet Tubman Day, which I believe Reverend Hodges in Buford has already worked on inaugurating March 10th as Harriet Tubman Day.
No
The
doubt.
other thing we want is we want the marker at the Harriet Tubman Bridge changed because it said that Harriet rode along with the general, but she didn't just ride along like she was riding shotgun, smoking cigarettes. Well, she was leading them
She
and showing them
strategized.
where they needed to go.
Yes.
So they need to correct that because it's discrediting her. The other thing we want is a gazebo built at the Combahee River site because right now it's just a boat dock and the boaters have priority. But we need a place because that's our sacred space, and we need a place where we can pray, do yoga, sit and read, or just watch the river. So we would like to have uh, a gazebo built there, and we're trying to get Home Depot or somebody like that to sponsor it, which would be great. And the fourth thing we want is a parade. We want to run up and down the street with colors and costumes and celebrate her in a procession.
Yes, I remember reading about how she retired and like opened a home for people on her land next to her house and just cared for ailing
She
people.
did
And
in Auburn, New York.
that's just amazing. We only
Yeah,
have a few
she
minutes before the
continued
break,
that
and I'd
work.
like for you to stay and tell people how they can get involved, what they can do to help you
Okay.
accomplish those four things, what they can do to help you with any fundraising, how they can sign up for tickets to the festival, for vending or anything like that. So, um,
Okay.
actually, you can keep going right now, but
All right, so it's www.blackmosesfreedomfestival.com. You can go there to donate. You can go there to become a vendor. You can go there to become a performer. And you can also just go to our GoFundMe account. We do have a GoFundMe account. We would appreciate your support because, like I said, we are just getting started. There's a tiny seed that's going to grow into a mighty oak. And we also have a descendant of Harriet, Rita Daniels, who'll be talking about her personal life. So you guys don't want to miss it. June 10th, 11th, and 12th, 711 Bladen Street, Beaufort, South Carolina, 29902 at the Beaufort County Black Chamber of Commerce. And we look forward to seeing you guys.
well, if I can, I will be there. I would like to sign up as a performer.
Yes, come on through, darling. You know I got a slot waiting for you.
Oh, yeah, I got my poetry voice back on, so if she's coming out. She's coming out.
Yes, bring her out, bring her out.
So I enjoyed seeing you this past weekend at the Malcolm X Festival. Are you planning to come
Yes.
out to Tassili's Wizards of Raw this weekend?
Yeah, I'm trying to go into the woods with Rory tonight, this evening from 4 to 8. So that's what me and my king, that's what we're talking about doing. We're trying to go out there and definitely be a part of that. And my favorite doctor, Dr. Richardson's going to be there. It's going to be a slew of wonderful people that I love. So, yes, we will definitely be showing up and showing out.
All right, I'll get my hugs at the Cascade Nature Preserve then. If you all
Yes,
don't know,
ma'am.
y'all can go follow Tassili's Raw Reality on Instagram. And you already gave them your Instagram. Is that correct? If you have a business one.
Yes, so my Instagram is at Black Sister Goddess, BLAKSISDAGODDESS, and also at Black Moses Freedom Festival.
Yeah, I don't know how hard it was for me to find her to get her on the show because I was spelling TheGoddess like
No, no, just DA, just
Duh.
Black Sister Goddess. Yes, and we are on Twitter, we are on TikTok, we are on LinkedIn, Facebook, IG, YouTube. Just look for us, you'll find us.
All right. Well, keep me posted on your foraging walks, your yoga retreats, your healing retreats,
For sure.
and everything
For
else
sure.
you have going on. I appreciate you. I know you had some limited time today, so thank you so much for coming on the show.
I appreciate you, sis. You have a blessed day, okay? Thank you for having me.
You as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Black Sis, the Goddess, a.k.a. Ms. Ebony Holmes, descendant of mighty female healers and warriors. And she does a wonderful retreat every year on Sapelo Island. And this year she'll be hosting the Black Moses Freedom Festival in Beaufort, South Carolina. So go and check that out. Thank you so much for listening to Women Who Cannabis Radio Live. I am Fit Tayasha, a.k.a. Tayasha Montez. It's time for a break, y'all.
Attention vendors and sponsors. Get your business in front of hundreds of eager buyers who are ready to do business with you at the 4th annual Women Who Cannabis Business Expo in Atlanta. 98% of previous expos surveyed have returned 3x profits. That's 3 times the profit. That's unheard of at an expo. This event is all about recirculating Black wealth in the legal cannabis industry. To secure your vendor space or to become an expo sponsor, go to womenwhocannabis.org and lock in early bird pricing today.
To get out this mess, or are we in a new wild west? Kinda chilly outside, it's getting kinda cold. I put on my jacket, but yo, that's getting old. I gotta get my mask, I gotta get to making up another rhyme as I'm looking straight at you, but keeping my distance at least 6 feet. What are we doing for 2 years on repeat? Walking down the street, walking down the Ave, making up a flow, everybody laugh, but don't laugh too hard cause you spray a bunch of mucus up in my way. I can't go to the club unless I wanna die, making up a rhyme and trying to be fly. People thinking it's dope and please, until they start to sneeze. Do we have a plan to get out this mess, or are we in?
Yes, Women Who Cannabis has a plan to bring as many, we actually have a definitive goal, but I say as many Black women to the table. We are the table in the cannabis industry, ladies and gentlemen. This $70 billion, soon to be $1 trillion industry. And that song was by our own DJ Kaoda Alumaroti.
Yay.
I lied when I said I was sitting in here by myself. He does the behind the scenes for us now, ladies and gentlemen, and I appreciate him and the music of Invisible Tongues.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Especially since I'm a man and here with women all the time.
You better be at the Women Who Cannabis Expo, okay? Men are welcome.
Okay.
No children, but men are welcome.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, if I don't see you there, I'm coming looking for you.
You gonna bring the booth?
Hey, I'm bringing the booth, the massage tables, the incense, the soaps, the oils. I might even have some more clothes this year, not just T-shirts. Some waist beads, maybe some candles, maybe some custom-made ceramics. I don't know. I feel like going big this year. I really feel like we're gonna have a really big turnout. And weirdly enough, last year the thing that I sold the most of was water.
Well, people need water.
Like plain old, and it wasn't even good water, y'all. It was like
Okay. Don't dwell on the bad water. Just have some good water.
some electrolyte water. Look, this was hard to find earlier. Okay, I was reading water. Like, why does water have 5 ingredients? Why?
For taste.
Okay, no, just no. Eat some fruit. So the call-in number here at WWEAM 1100 is 404-603-8770. You can hear the show on real1100am.com, the new Real 1100 AM app, the TuneIn app, and the iHeartRadio app. Replays are also available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Yay! So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the joy of my life. Besides my children is sitting here talking to you. I would like for you to have some candid conversations with me about your chronic healing needs and about culture. What's going on in your community? I know we just closed out midterm elections, and shout out to Brandon Tanji. Thank you for being a sponsor for Women Who Can Live. Shout out to Miss Park Cannon as well. I know her from before, but I voted for Mr. Tanji. Let's see. Shout out to what is our 25th district? Jake Olinger, Big Daddy Jake. He texted me the next day and let me know his vote count himself, and I love his excitement, and I hope he runs again. I hope you both run again. Good luck to everyone who made it through in the primaries in November. So I had a really great, I guess I could say holiday weekend. I forgot it was a holiday.
No Memorial Day.
Yeah, I forgot it was a holiday. But just as I was getting ready to go to bed, after sitting out late meditating, a young man walked up on my porch that I hadn't seen in about a year or so. And I had been thinking about him, wondering how he was doing. He said, "Hey, Mama, I just came by to let you know I'm doing well and I'm having a child." And it was so cool because he sat there, and he's the one that got me, besides Coach Swan, thinking back about politics and what's going on. We did have on the ballot the option to vote for recreational legalization. So where? Here in Fulton County.
Recreational, huh?
Yeah, you didn't have that on your ballot? Did you vote?
Mm-mm.
I ain't vote shaming. I don't vote shame. I don't vote shame because, I listen to a lot of people, and I've had my moments of apathy too. So
Look, I was still a resident of Ohio for a long time, so I'm now in Georgia.
It's recreational is legal in Ohio, right?
No,
Not yet.
It's medicinal.
Medicinal only.
Yeah, and they have their stipulations, so they're working on recreational and having people be able to grow in their home.
That's been the push for a lot of recreational states like New Jersey. I'd be interested to see which way Georgia goes. I really would. Which way Georgia goes depends on whether or not I continue to live here. But I love it here. I've been here for a very long time. Even before I moved here in 1995, I came here as a child to spend my summers sometimes with my family. So this is my second home. I'm looking to get a little piece of land and maybe grow here. And I don't even know yet. Just really enjoy being in a little rural part of Georgia. I got to spend some time out in Barnesville. And
Where's
it sounds like, I was trying to think of the name of the county. It sounds like what it is, Barnesville. Like, it was all chickens and cows, and I loved it after I got used to the smell. So,
how long were you there?
6 months. 6
Okay.
months. So, that's why I say I'm America's favorite Northern Valley country girl. Born in the Northeast, raised a little bit all over California, Midwest, down here in the South for a long time. And depending on how bad you tick me off, depends on what voice you might get.
Yeah, I've heard different voices.
Which cadence, which accent. Oh, you haven't heard all of them. I could do yours if I really wanted to. The
Do a
morning
remix
voices.
to the track.
I can't get it as deep as I do in the morning, but it's okay. So it is, yes, National PTSD Awareness Month. So I was talking about collaborations and community. And so one collaboration I had, again, was with the Author Queen podcast. So shout out to the Author Queen. She's got a writer's retreat coming up. I have my first retreat coming up, y'all. Have a healing retreat, and writing retreat on July the 9th. So if you're interested in more info, just text me at 502-21-WRITE. That's WRITE. I have partnered with the Author Queen to help people tell their stories. I've been editing for years. I haven't published anything other than in the Women Who Cannabis magazine that I can remember. Maybe some poetry in like one of those little contests when you're in high school or something. But so I actually can say I'm a published author and editor, and so I'm a Reiki master. I'm a student of Ayurvedic and integrative medicine, even though I'm on leave from school. But Dr. Tashima had it put it down, and you put it down, sir, too, on that background footage. I like how you started adding in the slides of the mitochondria, so we can really give these people a lesson. So I know you're busy, so that's where I'm going with that. I like that concept very much. That's that school teacher in you, that administrator, that principal, y'all. Shout out to all the Black men teachers out there. You know, y'all are very underpaid, underappreciated, and underseen and underheard. So shout out to
and over eliminated.
Yes, and over eliminated. And I feel for all the teachers, y'all. They don't seem to make it past like 2 years. They burn out. Shout out to my sister-in-law. She's been a teacher for 10 years. Pre-K at that.
I did pre-K as a babysitter. It was only with friends and, you know, their children. And they learned more than they would have learned at some of these Head Start schools.
With you, I'm sure.
Yeah, they learned.
Well, my friend, she got a diversity of training while she was still in college. She worked at Easter Seals, and she's been at Genesis Early Learning Center for a very long time. So, and then she's, of course, a mother, too. So, you know, we all get that experience, but there's nothing like the actual curriculum that you guys put together. And, you know, you create curriculum for a living as well. So I've seen some of your work in other places, and I think that whenever I get my vision put together, I'm putting you on tap. So just don't disappear.
Yeah, I'm part of Invisible Tongues. We won't disappear. We're
Right.
just invisible.
World music, y'all. World music. The call-in number here at WWWE AM 1100 is 404-603-8770. We are having candid conversations about culture, community, and chronic healing. And if y'all don't know my chronic healing story, I'll bore you with it in a little while.
I was gonna say they haven't heard your podcast with the other author.
I just mentioned it twice.
Yeah,
Okay,
but they didn't hear.
so you put
So
me
here's
on
the
blast.
thing.
Here's
No,
what's
no.
really happening, y'all. I'm about to drop my own podcast. Really.
So I mean that's good, but if they haven't heard it, or they have heard it and they're afraid to go that deep. I mean, as soon as the podcast started, you know, it sounds like they're on the front porch, the birds are singing and everything, and she just starts talking about
Oh, so you've been listening.
childhood traumas.
Oh yeah, we need trigger
And
warnings.
I mean, I was
Going
like, they just
in.
got started.
Going
Did
in.
you take a sip of iced tea yet? I said, man. She started going. So you may have already heard, and that's why you're not calling, or you haven't.
Yeah,
heard
don't be
it.
scared. Please don't be scared.
Listen.
I'm really not that bad on this
It's not
platform
bad.
because I
Yeah.
can't, like, I have to censor my mouth.
Yeah, she, you know. on
See
the
that
podcast,
podcast,
was like,
I'm at home on my front porch watching my children play
she's-
outside.
She's acting like it. Okay, where you know the kids going to the side and they playing, and then the adults start talking, and you know she starts sharing why she is the way she is now.
Well, my kids go to therapy too, so you know I have people who come at me and say, you know, you shouldn't say certain things to your children. You shouldn't be so honest with your children. But one of the things that would have repaired my relationship with my mother earlier was if she had taken time to explain more about her illnesses to us, especially the unseen ones, the mental health illnesses.
So
Because
she was aware.
So she became aware like my teenage years, I think. My mom was 35 when she had her first stroke.
What I will say
And
is,
shout out to OG because she's still here and she had like 9 strokes last year. OG,
Wow.
I love you if you ever get on here and listen.
well, she's feeling it. She's feeling it. The energy is there.
Oh, yeah, she knows. She knows. I talked to her yesterday. So, you know, that's the joy of having siblings. My sister drove her down for the holiday and my niece's graduation. Congratulations to all the graduates. Oh, yes. Congratulations to my own daughter. Doodles by D on Instagram. Y'all go get your bus and your she won't do NFTs for me, but keep bugging her. Maybe she'll do them for you and then for me. She's got really good rates. She just graduated with a degree in graphic design. So shout out to my daughter and all the other graduates out there. My niece, Lay, with a divine heavenly voice. Let's see who else. My neighbor's children. One of them graduated to the 8th grade, and his little cousin came jingling with his chains. He was just so happy, skipping down up and down the sidewalk. He said, "I graduated." And I said, "Oh, what grade, baby?" He said, "I'm going in the 1st grade." It just made me light up. My baby's going to kindergarten, y'all. So we have a break now. I have another young graduate that came by, and he will be on the show a little bit towards August, towards the expo, to talk about what he's doing with college football. So for now, we're going to take this last station break. Thank you for listening to Women Who Can Live. I am your host, Fit Tayasha.
Level up, Atlanta. Women Who Can Business Expo is back for our 4th year on August 6, 2022. This year's expo promises to be epic. More vendors, more powerful speakers, and the biggest recirculation of black wealth in the cannabis industry on the planet. But wait, there's more. This year's Cannabis and Comedy After Party is guaranteed to have you laughing out of your seats. Featuring some of the biggest female comics in the South. Hosted by Def Comedy Jam's own Hope Flood, a.k.a. Lucifer from SiriusXM's Quakes House. And sponsored by High Hopes and Swan Simpson Media Group. For free tickets, yeah, we said free. You must register while they last. Go to womenwhocannabis.org. Only registered ticket holders can attend the after party. So go to womenwhocannabis.org and register today.
Free your mind. 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 Sit back and relax and find a quiet place where you can chill and meditate. Vibe in the right mind state. Always running keeps your mind clogged up. Having lockdowns on your brain where your head's locked up. And you're running for what? To maintain it. To have bigger things for more complaining. To go beyond your body where it may get. Bet you forgot where your soul lives. Don't wanna hear it? I know you go through it. How do I know? Cause I used to do it. I ain't even gonna front. You see, no one can change till they know what they want. And even if you can't stand to be with yourself, if not for that fact, do it for your health.
Free your mind.
Free your mind.
Yes. My mind is free. Is anyone on the line at 404-603-8770? Do you want to talk to me? Nope. It's okay. Anyway. All right, y'all. I know you heard that commercial. So I don't have to repeat all the details to you. But you heard Hope Flood when she was on the show. That woman took over, and I let her because it was pure joy. And that's what comedy is. It's healing to the soul. And if I didn't get a chance to go out to her event on Memorial Day. I had some other obligations, but I really wanted to go. I hope to get out to her Comics Rock convention that she's doing. I think this is going to be the 10th year now. Might be the 9th or the 10th year. But she will definitely be putting it down on August the 6th at the Women Who Cannabis Expo, an exclusive NFT cannabis and comedy after party. And that show was what was stand out to me because, y'all, I listen to the shows every day after, I go home and download it and I listen to it because that's what I do. But she mentioned some trauma to herself in her life that I completely, glossed over on the show. And the thing is, and I said this before, we mirror our traumas to each other, but we're not doing so to harm one another. We're doing so to incite healing, to be that reflection to say, see, it's not, I don't want to say it's not so bad because I'm going to downplay anybody's trauma, but see, I survived something similar too. I've been on that frequency. I know what that feels like. And so, we just want to help people get back on their frequency. Of course, we want to help people get their dollars in this industry. And in case you have not been following Coach Swan on TikTok and Instagram, you need to do so because she's breaking down the DAOs, she's breaking down the blockchain, she's breaking down the coins and what they're backed to and smart contracts. She's breaking down the cannabis industry and how you can be in this industry without ever touching the plant. You can be a musician, you can be a videographer, you can be a model, you could be an artist, you could be a security guard, you could be an HR person. There's so many things that you can do in this industry. And you should definitely get you a piece of the pie, especially if you have a family member that's been affected by the laws and that is probably still sitting in the prison system these days. It's not a laugh. It's not a joke. You know, shout out to all the ones who are doing quantum and community activism, on their bodies and in their communities. I remember I walked into a conversation recently about Maximum Sound, and that's a band that my children's dad used to play with. And the bass player was like, man, I haven't played since the band broke up. And he's like, the band ain't break up. We still here. we played on for 2 years without you. Then the pandemic hit. So, it's interesting to see people getting back to their normal lives. And, don't forget those tools and those healing modalities that worked for you when you were in isolation. We had one form of trauma and anxiety, being separated and spending all this time alone. There's going to be another one re-entering into society. So get all the tools at your disposal that you can. Get your best friend. Don't get no alcohol, y'all. I know we mentioned it on another show, and I mentioned it on a couple of the podcasts. I used to drink. I don't. Get you some CBD, some hemp, whatever it's legally called in your area. And sometimes you have to do what you have to do, especially those who have life-threatening illnesses. My life has come full circle. I am at the end of a cycle in my life and getting ready to birth into a new one. And another person who came back into my life was my children's nanny from, 1995 or so. So it's just amazing to see him. He's still the same. Like, he still is vibrant, amazing character. He still does hair and designs clothes, and but he had a stroke, and he's on dialysis 3 times a week. And it's just, we live together now, and it's funny because just being around us is healing for him, and my children don't even remember him. But it's like you never know where someone's healing is coming from. And the one thing that everyone has said to me since I started filling in for Coach Swan on this show is that it's so natural and effortless. And that's because I am who I am everywhere I go. The young man who came to see me and told me about his baby, he has BPD, which is not bipolar disorder, but it's like a multiple personality disorder. And it made total sense. Like, everything that I dealt with when I had to take care of him made total sense. But just to see him strong and stable and healthy and preparing for the future. And he has some music out, and he's actually going to be my first, I won't say my first podcast. It's the first one I recorded for my own show live, but I'll probably take some snippets from the podcast for the Author Queen to tease y'all out a little bit. I was going to try to drop it June 1st, but I'm going to work on it. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so I got to have, more than just me sitting here talking. I got to have some sound effects and not just the birds and the children and the door slamming in the background. Y'all, if you hear them arguing, it don't stop.
Those are the real deals. You don't need sound effects when you got that.
But Anchor has a music and talk podcast. I like that feature. That's like my life. It's always some music in the background. So for me to really just have music to go with what I'm explaining and whatever the mood is, it's like I was reading today, I think listening to music releases serotonin. I was like, oh, I'm doing the right things. Y'all, I hope y'all don't hear my stomach. I've been snacking all morning. Oh, it's horrible. Eating dark chocolate releases not serotonin. What's the other one? Oxytocin. I'm like, okay, I'm doing the right things. I just got to do more of it and more consistently, like that yoga.
Deep breathing. Diaphragmatic.
that deep breathing. I get lightheaded. Okay, if I do like 100 fire breaths, I get lightheaded. That's not
That's
deep breathing,
different.
y'all. But
That's different.
actually, if I do deep breathing too, like when Neptark is like, do the 4
Mm-hmm.
deep breaths in, hold it for 4 counts, the 4 square breathing.
Are you doing a diaphragm?
The holding
Breathing through
holding works. The holding
diaphragm?
helps. It's just that in, that's the trouble.
In through your nose, out through your mouth.
Well, see, the end is a problem because of the scoliosis. I wore a back brace for most of my life, and it not most of my life, like maybe 3-4 years, and it sucked my rib cage in and had me used to it's like wearing a corset 24/7. Like you see those girls with 24-inch snatch waist. I had a snatch waist and a bust line that was totally fake. It was all plastic because I was like 15 and undeveloped. But yeah, so I have to going from that into modeling, I have to actively let my stomach out. So that's why I really don't have, people say, how do you not have a stomach for having 6 children? Because it's natural to hold it in, even to not just the little bit hold it in, but the full muscle contract, what they say, pull your navel to your spine. Mm-hmm.
Well, you can still breathe it out and breathe it back in. Put
But
some
that
shea
full belly
butter.
breath, it never comes, that belly breathe. Yo, I don't know if anybody listens to the Bruno Mars Sesame Street songs. You know what I'm talking about. That's how you know he really was a pre-K teacher, y'all. He knew exactly what I was talking about. He chuckled and everything. You got a mad monster to let out.
Listen, so, I just did something on the camera.
It's
I don't know what I
okay.
did.
We almost out of time today.
Okay, so you just do the deep breathing as best you can through the diaphragm, and that's where you pull your air. Your lungs also hold air, but you process it differently when you breathe through your diaphragm. And I have to do it as well. We all do. If you jump in a tub of cold water, you're going to start breathing through the diaphragm real quick.
You know, I haven't done cold water therapy. Mystic Spider Lotus Love told me that many, many years ago, and the closest I could do is first of all, I take the shower as hot as I could take it anyway, and then I turn it cold, and then for 3 seconds, I put my whole body under it, then turn it off and jump out. I can't do that cold water. This Iceman Hoff, I'm fascinated with his YouTube channel. Wim Hof is his name or something.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, he looks like an Iceman. He really does. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to bore y'all with my social media watching habits. It has been an honor and a pleasure to sit in for Coach Swan Simpson as she prepares for our 4th annual. We changed it. It used to be a seat at the table. Now it's what? Cannabis and NFTs, blockchain and cannabis. It's cannabis and comedy. I'm so stuck on a comedy show, I forgot the whole actual new theme of the show, of the expo. And I'm calling it a show because it is. It's an extravaganza at this point, darling. Extravaganza. So go to womenwhocannabis.org to register to become a member of Women Who Cannabis, to sign up for your free tickets to the expo. The Women Who Cannabis exclusive NFT has just dropped, so you can purchase that with Ethereum. And if you did not get that newsletter, go to womenwhocannabis.com to sign up for the daily cannabis news as well. Thank you so much for listening, Atlanta. It's been a joy and a pleasure, and everyone out there on the internet, have a great day.
You've been listening to Women Who Cannabis Live, brought to you by the National Alliance of CBD Business Educators and Trainers, the nation's largest business organization for women of color in cannabis. If you would like your business featured on Women Who Can Live, visit us on the web at womenwhocannabis.org. Thank you for listening.
There's a lot going on in the world, and your world is always changing. That's why it's important to stay connected. The latest news, the latest entertainment, the newest music. If it's in the air or on the air, it can be in the